Namaskar. Professional engineering societies in India are an integral part in contributing to the development in various engineering aspects and its governance also. They safeguard the interest of practitioners and enhance the credibility and service quality of entire profession. It plays a crucial role in organizing, regulating, and advancing the interest of various occupational groups across the sectors. These organizations are typically non-profit bodies formed by members who share a common profession and volunteer for the upliftment of the fraternity. Societies facilitate continuous professional development through training, certification, knowledge sharing. They also promote best practices and standard, enhance quality and efficiency across the industries. The engineering societies today play a pivotal role in contributing to societal well-being and nation development. By bridging gaps between industry, government, and society, professional engineering societies help to build a resilient and robust country. Our topic of discussion today, the role of professional societies in sustenance of engineering sector. And our guest today is Mr. Anirban Datta. Namaskar, Mr. Anirban Datta.
Namaskar.
Let me introduce you in short, if you allow me.
Yes, it's a privilege for me.
Yeah, thank you. Mr. Anirban Datta, founder and CEO of PIMECAS Engineering Solution, is a graduate mechanical engineer with over 25 years of industrial experience. A recipient for the Medal for Excellence for topping his MBA in Energy Management, he is also a certified independent director. His specialized expertise spans critical piping works, pressure vessels, project management for refinery, power, and steel sectors. Notable achievements including serving as project engineering management and India's largest commissioned blast furnaces and executing projects for entities in India and abroad. Mr. Datta holds certification for UNITAR, that is United Nations Institute for Training and Research on Sustainable Development Goals, and from ASME, the American Society of Mechanical Engineers on Piping and Pressure Vessel Engineering. He actively serves as Honorary Secretary of the Institution of Engineers India, West Bengal Center, and Chairman, East and Northeast Region of the Consulting Engineers Association of India, Governing Council member of Indian Building Congress. He is also member of ASME, ISHRAE, India Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers, IIMM, Indian Institute of Material Management, ISE, Information Science and Engineering, and ISTD, Indian Society for Training and Development. What can I say more than this? Yes, Mr. Anirban Datta. If I have missed anything, please supplement me.
Practically speaking, it has been my privilege for hearing so nice introduction about me.
I think it is too short.
No, it is absolutely
Okay.
absolutely okay.
Okay, let me then go to the questions I have drafted for you. And the topic is as you know, the role of professional societies in sustenance of engineering sector. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. My first question is about you. You have been an active committee member rather, of number of eminent professional societies, engineering societies in the country. Please let us know, mainly for the viewers, how these societies contribute to urban and rural development of the country.
A very, very pertinent question you have raised. Practically speaking, any professional society or conglomeration of professionals, whether for engineers or any other professionals, the main objective was of formation of these societies had been to serve the civil society at large.
Yeah.
Now, particularly for the societies which comprises of engineers from different segments, so their aim also to serve the society. And if we clusterize the society to two major areas for as urban and rural, as you have mentioned. So now, today we are passing through such an age which is absolutely technology driven.
Yes.
And if we historically, if we look back, from we have already crossed different industrial revolutions, and on the other hand, infrastructural development had been played a very crucial role throughout the world, not only in our country. So for infrastructural development as well as industrial revolution, the engineer's role has always been very significant and important.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, since then, if we see the impact of these societies, of body of the engineers in this process, if we look into the societies which were formed abroad, like one society you have mentioned, American Society of Mechanical Engineers, the background was it was formed after few explosions in boilers of
Okay.
power generating and industrial units to formulate some guidelines which can enhance the design and safety measures in different type of facilities. Continuously, this has been spread all across the globe. In India, the oldest professional society which have the engineers, that is the Institution of Engineers India.
Yeah, yeah.
It has already crossed 100 years. It is now running 105 years. And it is also one of the largest body of professionals, not only engineers, one of the largest body of professionals all across the globe, having more than few lakhs of professional members.
Is it?
Yes. And also
Okay.
the student members. Because in all those who are in the engineering sector in India, they know about the flagship program which the Institution of Engineers used to run, that is the AMI program, which was
Yeah, yeah.
equivalent to degree of graduate engineer in any discipline, and also it is having 15 engineering divisions under the umbrella. Now, as the time went, there had been other professional societies or associations that also came up for serving different segments of the industry as well as infrastructure. One is Consulting Engineers Association of India,
Yeah.
which is the Indian representative of FIDIC, Zurich. That is the FIDIC is the international body of the engineering consultants. And Consulting Engineers Association of India, or popularly known as CEAI, that is the country representative for India for FIDIC.
Okay.
And for any externally funded project, like projects funded by World Bank or Asian Development Bank, the contract document is drafted on the basis of FIDIC guidelines, and which are very stringent.
Yeah.
So CEI organizes this training program and orientation program alignment to this framework of FIDIC contract.
Okay.
Another society you also know, most of the people who are in the engineering sector, they know, that is Indian Roads Congress, which is an extended arm of the Ministry of Road Transport and Highway. And they also are deeply involved in formulating the guidelines, codes and standards in the roads and highway sector. Likewise, the Indian Buildings Congress has also come up in the field of refrigeration and air conditioning, ventilation. The Indian Society for Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineer, that is a very vibrant society all across India, which is also an extended arm of American Society of Heating, Refrigeration and Air Conditioning Engineers. And they also deal with formulation of different standards, codes. There are other societies which may not be encompassing only the engineering professionals, like Indian Institute of Materials Management. But Materials Management Institute, that also encompass lot of engineers.
Yeah, that is very much part of
Yes,
the engineering
absolutely,
society.
because for any industrial and or infrastructural project, procurement and supply chain management, that plays a very important role. Now, these professionals also, they serve the engineering sector. Even they may, all of them may not be the engineers, but by somewhere or other, they are linked with engineering uh, fraternity in very cohesive manner. Apart from that, there are few societies which practically deal with training, learning, and development, like a society, Indian Society for Training and Development, or National HRD Network, National Institute of Personnel Management. Those societies also, apart from other professional members, other members from other professional segments, there are a number of engineers involved, because these societies also, they are linked with different engineering organizations or engineering activities. Now, coming back to the where your question role. Now, as far as the urban population, urban society is concerned, there is always a challenge for continuous development, growth and development worldwide. Now we have entered into such an era. We have already passed through the smart technologies, which were linked with, all of we know the term Industry 4.0. Now we are moving ahead to Industry 5.0, which practically sits on the framework of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Now, one question arises here, that why this is necessary as far as the urban society is concerned, because now we use lot of technologies in our daily practice, right from using our mobile phone, computer, laptops, different softwares, and we use air conditioners, washing machine, different other gadgets in our daily activity, daily lifestyle, and our sense of comfort, that also has been grossly changed over the last few decades. Why this has happened? Because of lot of issues. There are climate change related issues. There is global warming. We are accustomed to use the air conditioning system in every household, which was not there even in even 20 years before.
It is essential now.
Is essential now. Now, this is also, there is also a vicious circle involved, because in order to protect ourselves, we are indulging into using this air conditioners. But on the other hand, these air conditioners also they are contributing through their emissions, they are contributing to greenhouse gas enhancement in the environment, also a more energy consumption, that also increasing the carbon footprint. So practically the situation has become a circular function in the term of mathematics.
For that reason, it is a vicious circle.
Yes, because as in circular function, like y is a function of x and x is a function of y. So engineers have a very crucial role to balance this entire equation, or you can say inequation in some cases also.
Okay.
To upgrade the society's condition and to have a holistic sustainable development framework. We all know about, we all hear, every time we hear about the sustainable development goals framed by United Nations. But in those sustainable development goals, in implementing them, engineers have a very significant role, because most all of the goals practically, those are related to the well-being of the society. There is another challenge for as far as a country like India, due to the population. Another challenge is the habitation, particularly in urban area. The habitation solution, for as we see that multi-storied building, tall buildings, those are coming, and those needs involvement of practically all engineering disciplines, not only the architects or civil engineers or structural engineers, but mechanical and electrical engineers as well, for the designing the entire MEP. Building these buildings if you say the example of data centers, because today in this era of information technology, the data centers, that also those are very critical and crucial. So design of these data centers, because data centers, the cooling of data centers plays a very significant role. Now, to ensure this cooling, there will be requirement of lot of water. So the planning and implementation of these data centers, engineers' role is immense. And another solution is gaining momentum, that is intelligent control of traffic system. Because for a country like India, where the road surface area of road is much less compared to the other developed nations in other parts of globe, challenge our traffic management is a very challenging, because we are all using, that is also our habits, our consumer pattern has been changed. We are practically all of us use our own vehicle, that is increasing the number of vehicles in the road. So, and that is also a circular function. As we are using more and more vehicle, those vehicles are emitting, consuming more fossil fuel. Again, engineers have the challenge to mitigate that on that front, and also traffic management of traffic, because in Indian highways and roads, the traffic, actually due to the congestion of traffic, considerable time is wasted, which we in our term we call it man hour. And that also have a substantial value. So finally, for as far as urban population is concerned or urban society is concerned, engineers need to strive in this value chain in everywhere, and all are integrated with each other.
Great. Well explained, Mr. Datta. It is really great. So, can I go to next question?
Yes, of course.
I have noticed that there are a few design parameters or approaches, design approaches under codal provision, which need to be revisited at the end of government's authority. Do the professional societies play any role, I mean the advisory role on this?
Yes, of course. Actually, when at the very beginning I mentioned that most of the professional societies aim of formation was to focus on this part. In USA, American Society of Mechanical Engineers was formed to mitigate the challenges due to boiler explosion and other disasters, because disasters play a very crucial role, that has played a very crucial role throughout the world in formation of many of the societies. And as far as the codal provision and the involvement of the professional societies therein, that is concerned, if we see the Bureau of Indian Standards, which is the apex body of standardization in India, Bureau of Indian Standards have the provision of representation from these professional societies as well, apart from the representation from industry and academia, industry as well as government as well as academia. So professional societies, because they are constituted of different segment professionals for different segments, they can share their knowledge, and they can lead in this regard, and they can bridge the industry, government, academia, and also the large population.
That is community, I can say.
Yes, of course. And unfortunately, now I am coming to the gap. Now we are seeing that in many cases those representations are not filled up. In fact, in Bureau of Indian Standards, there are so many committees for different domains, but not always those are filled up by this representation of the professional societies.
Why?
This is one reason, is the professional societies in some cases they are bit of reluctant to nominate some person. In some cases there is non-availability of a subject matter expert who can be nominated in an appropriate area.
Is it?
Yes, that is also there. But all said and done, the professional societies, they also have should come forward. They can, because they have the ability to
Yeah.
act as a pressure group
Yeah.
on
Exactly.
government and the statutory bodies. And particularly in case of any failure or any disaster, it is also it should be a responsibility of the professional bodies to come forward to offer some insight on this, that how it has been happened and how any future incidents can be prevented.
Correct. Correct. Yes, Mr. Dotto. My next question is a bit tricky one. Okay. The professional societies are the agglomeration of professionals at different levels, right from contractor side, consultant side, and client side. In practice, we see mainly in India, I'm talking about, we see an internal conflict, at conflicting attitude between these three C's in an engineering project. But how does they work so cohesively when they sit together in these professional societies? I mean, is there any positive vibe acting on them?
To some extent, of course, but you see, this formation of, as I have already mentioned, that reason behind this formation of professional societies has been by and large to integrate, to set up a cohesive environment of between the all stakeholders. Now, this conflict where there is a monetary stake is involved, like between the project proponents, like the clients, the consultants and contractors, their conflict will always be there. And there are also professional societies in some cases that they can play a good amount of positive role, that to some extent resolve this disputes and conflicts. Sometimes they act as an arbitrator also, or they can nominate, they can depute their representatives as arbitrator. Now, coming to why, when these stakeholders, representatives from these stakeholders, they become member or part of any professional society, they are in a cohesive, they are in the
Yeah,
cohesion mode of cohesion. Of course, it is not always there is a cohesion, but definitely there is, because first is, there is a term called the neutral ground effect.
neutral ground effect.
Yes,
Okay,
these
what is that?
this societies, these societies practically, they should play like a level playing field for all the stakeholders. In a project, practically, the relationship is contractual and financial, but the involvement is the professional societies, that should be, and that is in many cases that is voluntary.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It is totally voluntary.
So that is why the conflict in that extent, in the framework of financial and contractual, that is not that extent present in
The
these societies.
societies.
In societies, when we see the stakeholders from different cross sections of these three C's, as you have mentioned, that is one reason. And there, although that tag is there, that one is the representative of the client, one is the representative of contractor, or one from
Consultant.
consultant, but that tag is not very visibly there, because these are there is a single badge, that is engineer or any professional for other societies as well. So that particular tag, that is not very visibly present there.
Yes.
It can be present in a subtle manner, but not visibly. So that common term engineer that practically acts at the thread.
Yes, that means if I can supplement that, that professional societies act as a more as a cohesive agent between these conflicting entities.
Yes, that actually that has also been an intention and purpose of
Of,
these societies.
yeah,
But I would say that always it is not maintained or fulfilled. But the objective should be, and
objective is still there.
objective is still there, and it should be there.
Yeah. Okay. My next question will be, what are the major challenges you are facing in this journey?
Challenges are many, so many, not a single one.
Major challenges, maybe.
Yes, because sometimes it is seen those who are associated with these societies, they, some of them are inclined to use the title of holding an office with their name
Okay.
and to gain some advantage out of it,
Professional advantage.
professional advantage. And with this, there's conflict, the avenue of conflict that is opened. Now, many of the these societies, practically all of these societies, they are run by some bylaws, some regulations,
Mhm.
some policies, and there are some apex bodies like a council or a committee, and the representatives in those apex bodies are elected by voting by the members. Now, this voting also, that it is not always in a, see, in a democratic system, democratic process, there would be so many stakeholders and diverse stakeholders. It
Yes.
is not always that their thought process will be matching with each other,
It
because
is.
there is, these bodies are not for any regimentation. These are the platforms of expressing everyone's view. But what happens many times, it is seen that few people or a group of people, they try to establish their control on these societies, and they are not very interested to accommodate others.
Others. Yeah.
But they say that people, involvement of people is limited, we are not getting support. But are those members are they creating any environment or ecosystem so that the next batch, they voluntarily come forward to take the baton? Not always. In most of the cases,
You are absolutely correct. I've also realized that.
yes. And that is a challenge for not only for the societies involving engineers, it is a challenge for all professional societies, because one point must be kept in mind, that these primary objective of these societies is not to offer any tangible benefit to its members. The benefits are intangible,
Mhm.
that is to have the ample opportunity of networking with different stakeholders, to have the opportunity of serving the society, and also to have some psychological good feeling. But when these things are somewhat obstructed, there comes the problem.
And that
And
is your challenge.
yes, that is a challenge, a major challenge. And another challenge is that involvement of people, because most of the societies have large member base, but how many of them are really involved in the activities? Now the question is, are they reluctant to get involved, or the people who are running for a particular period of time these societies, they are reluctant to get other peoples to
Get involved.
get involved or leave some room?
Yeah, yeah.
That is, both are correct, and that is also a circular function.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It is a
Okay,
circle function
that is
also.
also a circular function. So that is, for any societies, that is a challenge. And you see, society like Institution of Engineers India, which has been the mother of any engineering societies in India. Later on, we have seen that a lot of other societies have come up. Why it has happened? That group of people who have seen somehow they are not getting enough involvement, they are not, or they are not getting enough importance in one society, they are forming other societies, and it is, you can see this phenomena in other professional societies as well, particularly involving those the HR professionals. Because you see the number of engineers, number of HR professionals compared to number of engineers are very less, because if there are hundreds of thousands of engineers, there may be one HR professional in this ratio. But you will see practically in every month new societies are being formed. They are organizing events, lavish events, and that is, there is a culture of felicitating in engineering societies also, that, and most of these felicitations are involved with some amount of advantage, that it is not always that the somebody is getting felicitated for his contribution. It is, in many times it is seen, it has been seen, the felicitation is being done in lieu of some other advantage or benefit.
I got
So
your point.
yes, this is a challenge for the societies, and this practically loosens the credibility of any society.
Okay. Then can I rudely say that it is in some way operating in a syndicate modality?
To some extent, though, definitely it is. Now, this syndicate, when this term emerged in years back, this term has came into our dictionary. The intent and purpose was not negative.
Yeah.
Syndicate means some unity to form a cohesive group who are having some common point of interest. Now, it is on us whether we would use this group or this formation of group in a positive way or in a negative way. If this can be, this syndicatization can have immense potential, I would say, for particularly in the engineering fraternity.
Yeah.
If, because syndicatization is basically, its framework was collaborative approach,
Yeah.
that I will hold your hand, you will hold my hand. But now these in many cases are evolving around mutual,
I
not
got it.
on mutual benefit, on individual benefit.
I got it. On a very close hands, out of 100, 10 hands are
Yes,
tied.
yes.
Okay.
But when this will be percolated to hundreds,
The
that
the
will be the
positive thing.
essence.
Yeah.
That will be the essence, and the positive vibe throughout the industry will be spread.
Great. Great, Mr. Dotto. Great. Okay. Uh, I do realize that fund arrangement is the most critical activity for running a society.
Of course,
Okay. So, how to overcome it? Because you are the best person to give the answer of this.
yes. This is a very important question as far as the operation of these societies are concerned. Now, what is how the funds come? In years back, say 20-25 years back, we didn't have the learning resources or mediums or channels as we are having today.
Mhm.
That time, the events organized by these societies, the seminars, conferences, different workshops, certification programs, those were seen by all the stakeholders as a learning platform, knowledge sharing platform, platform for networking. Now we see there are ample resources available in the internet. There are interaction with others, industry peers, That has become very easy due to the presence of digital communication, social media, and many other media. Now, for only for having this learning and communication channel, people are no longer. It is a bit unfortunate, but it is hard truth that people are not that much of interested to get involved in it. And once the how the funds come, when the organizations or individuals who supports with the fund, unless and until they see some benefit for them, either through their publicity or an ample opportunity of networking, because whatever fund they will be providing, they will also try to get multifold benefit out of it. Now, to be
All
very
interest.
frank, that is related with the outreach of particular societies. That is why some societies, they can generate fund for organizing events like seminars, conferences, or other activities as well. Some societies, they are very much striving to generate fund, because those who provide fund, they see that which societies, if this is basically an investment. In a very crude way, this is basically an investment. So how much leverage they would be having, that is the first and foremost thing. And of course, for running any society, because these are non-profit organizations, you cannot make any profit by any through any business. So unless and until the outside stakeholders, external stakeholders support, it is very difficult to move ahead.
And they will support only if they have got some interest.
Of course, and that there is no harm in that.
Yeah, yeah, obviously.
Yes, that is why the societies which are closely linked with the industry and the stakeholders, they get the fund. The societies which cannot attract the stakeholders, they face the fund crunch.
Yeah.
So the activities, the involvement of the stakeholders, that plays a very crucial role. You have to run, in case you need to want to run a society, you have to attract, you have to create that positive vibe among all the stakeholders. Otherwise, how they will feel to get involved?
But to attract this, there I have seen that nowadays there is some reluctancy of the young engineers even to get associated with the societies. They first, if I approach someone to get associated with some specific society, their first question is that what I will get.
Correct.
Okay, so it is not a good approach in the engineering fraternity as a whole, if you think so. So how to get rid of this? Even the elder or the experienced engineers, retired engineers even, who are associated with these societies and serving volunteer, should serve voluntarily. They even say that what to do, what I will get, unnecessary wasting of time for me. But they don't think of what we just discussed here. Yeah. What is your view on this?
Yes, it is. It has also become a very challenging,
Yeah.
because in few years back, in say 20-25 years back, the involvement in these professional societies was very large, because of those were the medium, those were the windows
Mhm.
for interaction. Major benefit, one should consider this involvement in the societies not as a quick returning option.
Okay.
It must not be treated as a quick return option, that once I become the member, I would be having some gain or profit or monetary gain. Particularly, many people perceive this involvement as a quick monetary gain or a quick professional gain. No, that comes later. The primary focus should be to enhance, to spread your networking canvas.
Yeah.
Once you build up the network with your peers, then the other things will come,
Automatically.
automatically come. but
Yeah.
definitely the incumbent needs to have that potential in him or her. Otherwise, he will not be able to leverage those. Now, coming back to the involvement, because as you have very correctly said that 20, 25 years back or 30 years back, the involvement was much voluntarily.
Mhm.
Now we are passing through such an era. One major problem is the crunch in time due to the professional commitments, because everybody are busy somewhere or other in their own professional commitments. So to find some time and getting involved in this, the time is also a very important part of it. And as far as the retired professionals are concerned, retired professionals in some cases they have the time, in most of the cases they can have the time, but also involving with this, that involves some not only the effort, some expenditure from
Yeah, yeah.
own
It's
pocket
obvious.
also.
Yeah, yeah.
Not all can afford that. So that is also a reason that retired professionals not always they can, even if they have the wish and intention, they can always they cannot be able to contribute in that way. And also at their age, with their age, their physical condition, their ailments, they
Yeah, yeah.
that also play sometimes a important role in getting them detached. Now, as far as the involvement of the young professionals are concerned, because young professionals they find lot of learning opportunities, lot of learning resources now in the internet and
Internet.
other areas. So only to attend some seminar to gather some knowledge, that part is not there. You see, in a very brutal way, if I see, I have seen people to ask that in which five-star hotel the program is will be held, which dignitaries, I mean the industry or administrative or ministerial high
Personal.
level personalities will be attending, and what will be the gifts will be given, what will be the quality of the kit given to the participants. Practically they all see, if I spend say 1,000 rupees as a registration fee, I should get at least 2,000 rupees return. And that also answers a part of your our previous question. The sponsors also, they also see the way same way,
Mhm.
nothing harm in it.
Yeah.
But young professionals in particular, they are, one point is that they are not having that much of time, and if these societies can play some role in getting these young professionals to bringing the job opportunity through the networking
Mhm.
platform for the young professionals, they will definitely get attracted.
Yeah.
Now,
It is a good point.
yes, now because attachment with the society, because earlier it was there, attachment with the societies, that used to play a very crucial role in not only in India, abroad also. That in interview, it had been asked that to the incumbent that in with which professional societies you are involved, and that used to carry an age and weightage. Now today, even in the industry also, that thing is to some extent that is not there. And these societies, in many societies, they have been disconnected with the industry
Okay.
and the government administration, and not as because not being able to act as a pressure group. This, what I would say, putting some importance for their members or posing them as a potential resources, that is not always there. If
I got
that
it.
can happen, and that is also linked with the other components of the society, the economics of the society, the industrial scenario. Now you can see the number of engineers in your time, that was much less. Now it has become much more,
Yeah, yeah.
multifold.
Multifolds.
Now question is, at your time, Most of the engineers, they were used to get involved, at least take a membership of either of the professional societies.
Yeah.
Now they are not that much of, as the number increased, the percentage of getting involved in these societies have grossly decreased. And one thing is there is always a membership fee, whether one would take a
Yeah.
life membership or an annual membership. So again, that question comes in their mind that if I spend this much of money, whatever it may be significant or may not be that much of significant, but in return, what I will get. Sometimes they perceive that for when a particular society is organizing a conference, the members should be allowed to attend free of cost, and it is not there. If you see the societies abroad, there is nothing called a free lunch. Even the office bearers of the society, they also need to register. Even they need to register first
Yeah.
with paying the full registration fee. And there is no such culture. But unfortunately, we are passing through such an era due to many reasons. And again, I am reiterating that on that angle, that if these societies can regain their role as a pressure group over the different stakeholders, then this scenario will get changed. Definitely, that will get changed.
Yeah, it is also like very like that cycle.
Yes,
It is also very like that
it is
cycle.
also like that cycle.
Okay,
Yes.
Mr. Datta, we are coming to the end of our session today. My next last question: how do you see my initiative of discussing the roles of professional societies towards our nation on the social media?
See, today, social media, which is a subset of digital communication,
Mhm.
that is everywhere. Now, the society has more of a become uh, practically riding on this social media. We are our interaction, the way we are having right now, that part is gradually depleting
Yeah,
over the last few years or last few decades, last 1 or 2 decades. Now, in this case, our professional societies are no exception because they are also part of the civic society.
system. Yeah,
Now, as far as this presence in social media are concerned, if you see the different networking platforms in the social media, that also play a significant role. That only the name of a society, whether it is 100 years old or 50 years old, that is not enough to share its vision or views in the society. These societies need to be present in the social media in a great extent to
okay.
percolate their message,
Mhm.
percolate their mission, vision, and objective.
So this type of this can act as a channel. You are
Yes, of
want to say.
course. And today's era, nobody can ignore the significance of social media.
Yeah, you are
That
right.
has immense impact on practically everything. Why the professional bodies will be living outside this?
Yeah.
They also be aligned with this process.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Datta. So, uh, lastly, I would like to honor you with a certificate for your participation on our channel.
It is really my privilege to be here today and to receive this honor. And I really thank Engineer Patrojit Patro
Thank you.
for this excellent initiative for the propelling the engineering fraternity in a new paradigm.
Thank you, Mr. Datta. Thank you.
Thank you.